On a brisk April day, it's time to start some high school lacrosse here in the state of Minnesota as the Spring Lake Park Panthers start their quick sprint in this spring season with a home opener against the Coon Rapids Cardinals. Good evening on North Metro TV alongside Hans Bristol. I'm J.W. Cox. And Hans, all the spring seasons seem to go quickly. Lacrosse, it's now less than 50 days that the regular season exists here until you get to section tournament time. These teams have to come out ready to go here from game one.
It's remarkable. Such a quick season. Obviously a chilly start to the season. A little bit warmer of the finish to the season for the most part. But you're exactly right. First game of a new campaign. You're looking to get off to a good start, and these are two teams looking to do just that.
Spring Lake Park Panthers last year, 3 victories. One of their 11 losses was to this conference rival in Coon Rapids. Coon Rapids also won 3 games. But Hans, Brooke Ellison's coming back this season, maybe going to be the focal point for the Panthers. She was a top scorer in this head-to-head matchup a year ago.
Yeah, it could be a key part of their offense, a key part of their attack, and it'll be interesting. We were talking about it before. Windy day, chilly day. How much offensive attacking play will we see? Where will these players' legs be kind of coming into a new year and being outside? I know there's a lot of indoor preparation for a spring season like this, so expect to see some good talent, but lots to watch out for here.
Grace Schmidt going to take the draw in gray for the Panthers up against Anna Kepke. And it's flipped back and controlled by Schmidt left to right. Go the Panthers here in this opening half, the first 25 minutes of the season on the board for the Panthers. Attacking over to our right in net, that's Sam Marinholz, the lone goaltender on the squad for Coon Rapids. Drive right in front, and a first goal of the season belongs to Sophie Shiumbakuru. And she gets it underway, less than a minute gone, right to the point, and attacking there for Shiumbakuru.
Good effort, saw some space right at the top of the crease. Nice finish to the far post, and kind of a confident start, a strong start. You want to get off to those midfielders who play such an important role. Notch out themselves a 1-goal lead.
So 1-0, Panthers the early lead straight off the draw. They win a second, or had a chance to control it, but then the loose ball scooped up by Kepke. She maintains on the other side for Coon Rapids. They've got one of their top goal scorers from last season coming back, and that would be Kennedy Bolander, a captain. Little trip there, and it's going to draw a whistle. Might have been the turf monster more than anything, but it's going to stay possession for Kepke. Senior midfielder. Goaltender on the other side, Erica Holm, who was the goaltender last year, as you get another look. Kepke attacks and scores to tie it up. So this one, the scoring quickly underway for both sides. And we'll be tied at 1.
Get her first whistle of the evening. Leads to a good opportunity for Anna Kepke. Just does a nice job. Attacks right where an attacker should. Has a good look on goal. Nice finish to the bottom corner. One of those players, JW, you look for some production. You look for some attacking presence early on in a season. Had just that, all tied up at 1.
Kepke's first. It's 1 apiece. She'll go back to try and draw again. Each team that has won the draw so far has come away with a goal. That one popped up directly to Shiumbakuru. Lost it for a moment, but picked up again by Schmidt. Drive it down, slip it back out. Shiumbakuru has to track it down.
Plenty of fundamentals coaches are focused on this time of year, not giving away a lot of turnovers. Don't want to have too many whistles, obviously, in a close game early on in the half.
Schmidt forces her way down. Excuse me, that's Shiumbakuru. Forced her way in front again, and that time the save from Marinholz. Knocks it away, a chance at transition, but knocked down quickly by the Panthers. Ground ball opportunity still up for grabs. 3 Panthers there, and Schmidt comes away with it. She'll turn things again. Back on the attack. That one goes into the side of the cage. Stayed in the crease and scooped up by Marinholz. Her clear again, knocked away from its intended target. Shiumbakuru has it now. Attacking, lost it. Ground ball along the goal line, scooped up that time by Delaney Lopez. The Panthers can reset the offense here, tied at 1. Almost 3 minutes gone in half number 1 of the season for the Panthers. Coon Rapids was scheduled to play on the opening day of the season. Now that ball just dropped right outside the crease and far enough to get to Marnholtz. We'll see if they can clear. They cannot cleanly. Panthers aggressive defensively to keep that clear away, and that one scoots into the crease. Panthers got in there, and the whistle will give it to Coon Rapids.
Just a moment ago, there's a good save by Marnholtz, who just got a bit of her stick on her strong side on that last shot by Spring Lake Park. A good early save for a goaltender. The Cardinals will try and look to work it out of their own end. Spring Lake Park, good pressure right around the attacking area.
Koepke had it knocked away. Illegal, and she'll get it back. Defender knocking it away from a step or so behind. Look at our officials bundled up. Kind of just looks like coaches wandering around out there, but those are the officials.
Guys, look for the bright soccer color for an official, right?
They're entitled to their warmth too, just like the rest of us as they get together.
Yeah, none of them have referees.
You talked about the fundamentals, and we were talking off air before. This is still, in the grand scheme of things, a fairly new sport in the state of Minnesota. But as we've watched it over the last several years, you can just see the baseline of talent, the baseline of those fundamentals getting higher and higher as players get more and more time with the sport. This will be Ellison as the ball is given back to the Panthers. She'll look to attack for the first time. Walled off, dumps it back out. Another whistle. We'll give the reposition chance to Lopez. Driving in with one spin, takes the shot, knocked away, still free just outside the crease. Panthers did a good job keeping it out of there and then scooping it up for possession. Kennedy Labansky retreats behind the cage with it. Lost it with the stick handling, picked up down there by Lila Gilliard, excuse me, and she'll just try to sprint it down the other side. And Hans, for the first time, we see them actually reverse the field here after a couple of good stops from Marnholtz.
Yeah, just said it right there. Marnholtz again on the cover that bottom right-hand corner with her stick, just got a piece of it. Finally, we see the Cardinals just go in transition, find some attack upfield.
It's Kennedy Bolander who has it now. 44 goals a season ago for Bolander. She was part of a two-pronged attack last year that helped lead the Cardinals in scoring. She's got it again in front and tried to scoop it with the backhand and just lost possession. Controlled back by Brooke Griffith. In behind the net, and a whistle against the Cardinals. And so Spring Lake Park gets their chance at transition from behind their own cage, and Elena Gimlow try to do that.
Our Panthers did a nice job just collapsing down on the space right in front of Bolander, made a nice strong run into the attacking area.
Both teams scoring in the first minute and a half of this game to have us set at 1 apiece. Shima Bakuro got the first of the season for the Panthers. Did we get one official overruling the other here? We did, because it's back to Coon Rapids.
Took a bit of discussion. Who's going to play in the attack off the end line?
Early season for the officials, too. And that's going to be the push called on the Panthers. A little bit of momentum. Took the offending player into Gianna Isaacs, who has it now. Attacking behind the cage, popping up. Bolander's in the middle. That pass a little bit wide of her. Sprints past the defender. Can't get the shot away again. Turns into a ground ball. He's able to tap it ahead and secure it. Up to the point for Jerzak. Reverses it over, keeping the defense on the toes. It's Candace Gordon staying in front, directing traffic as Bolander, that's Maddie Fowler, one of the captains, who had it again and flips it backwards to Koepke. Koepke tries to drive through 3 defenders, got towards the front and bounces it home. It's a 2-1 lead. No, they're going to wave it off.
Got behind the goaltender. Didn't appear to catch a ton of them net. Looks like it'll be a free shot opportunity here, though, for the Cardinals.
Chance to get it for Koepke here. The whistle waved it off. The reposition chance here gives Koepke a point-blank look at Erica Holm. Still tied at 1. Koepke on Holm. Holm makes the stop. Ricocheting ball comes off her right thigh. He's able to make the save. Now the transition opportunity. First pass is a little bit strong of the intended target. Panthers able to work it towards midfield, though, before Isaac scoops it back up for the Cardinals. Lost out of bounds, but going to stay with Coon Rapids. Under 18 minutes to go.
Our goaltenders here really on some nice stops. Both ends of the field. Holm, kind of similar to a stop Marnholtz made, had to reach down toward the bottom right-hand corner, make a nice stop with the stick.
Driving attack in front for Brooke Griffith. She tried to get nifty, and that shot went high. But they were able to get Bolander back, maintain possession there on the quick shot. Bolander to re-enter. Yeah, we don't always see that, certainly not early in the year. The goaltending, that's a hard position out here in Lacrosse. And if it's a good point-blank shot, like most of these have been for both teams, you see a lot of goals going through, but both goaltenders have stepped up early on. Panthers force the ground ball, potentially forcing a turnover back deep with the defense of Gemlo. Gonna stay with the Cardinals, though, as Gemlo lost it out of bounds.
Seen both attacks with a good portion of minutes on the attack. Both defenses have done a nice job protecting the dangerous part, the dangerous attacking areas.
Bolander, nifty feed across the top of the cage, but right there to knock it down was Holm. So trying to make something happen out in front. Had a teammate right there, but Holm knocked it down. Transition out to Schmidt. She'll sprint across the Panther logo. Sub 40-degree day to start this one. Only going to get colder as the evening goes on. Both teams scoring early. It was an 8-4 final when Coon Rapids and Spring Lake Park met last year. Coon Rapids picking up the victory.
We'll be headed for a similar scoreline here. Like both these goaltenders have started. A couple nice saves at both ends. Good job there at the other end as well by Holm. The intercepted pass coming, really what came over her back left shoulder.
Pass dumped down right side to Lubanski. Play it behind the cage to Ava Taut. Handoff back behind. Eden White, make that Ellison. Trotting around with it, maintaining possession. Lopez cut through, couldn't find her. Reverse comes out high to Sutherland.
A lot of active sticks right now for the Cardinals, taking away a lot of the shooting lanes.
Panthers in turn, patient, working it around here with just under 15 minutes to go in the first half. Attack for Ellison. Score-minded, and she finishes. Took it, no more patience needed there. She drives and goes high over the right shoulder of Marnholtz, and it's 2-1 Spring Lake Park.
Kind of highlighted Brooke Ellison earlier as a key part of the attack from the Panthers coming out of last season. It'll be right there in the mix this season. And tallies a notch here early on in the year, just making plays happen all by herself. Shoots the Panthers right out here in front.
Double digits in goals scored a season ago. Mentioned the pair of goals she scored head-to-head against Coon Rapids. Another draw, Koepke taking this one again for Coon Rapids. She was against a new foe that time. It was Kira Hedke. The junior swing player, plays midfield and attack. And off the whistle, it's going to be Panther ball. It's taken down by Hedke all the way. Dumped it down, not a lot on that, and then just scooped away by Marnholtz. Still a tough save to make there in front. Able to knock it away. Panthers will maintain possession.
Keeping it a one-goal game. Another nice save this time coming on her Not strong side of her stick, so covering that near post. She's got a piece of it.
Lopez makes a move, takes the shot, and finishes. 2-goal lead for the first time for the Panthers. Delaney Lopez, her first of the season.
Just a nice effort by Lopez. Right before the play guys caught it, made a nice move, just spun right off the back shoulder. Just enough space, and a shot in a good attacking position toward the bottom corner. Makes it 3-1.
Panthers scored first. Coon Rapids came back and evened it up. And now Spring Lake Park back-to-back goals. With under 15 minutes to go, or 14 minutes to go, excuse me. Draw, and that's going to be fraction on the Cardinals. Oh, no, it's coming back the other way. Oh, no, it was. Right the first time, he was pointing the wrong way, so it's Spring Lake Park ball. So a third straight draw victory, either by win or by whistle. Lopez trying to attack again. Dumps it down. Little feed in front, just knocked away. Lubanski, it snuck her way right to the top of the crease, and the loose ball scooped up by Kepke, who's been strong on the ground balls for Coon Rapids so far today.
Saw that ball come free, just went right to it, now pushing the attack.
Still Kepke, bouncing shot over the crossbar. Nearly snuck it under, but short hopped it just a bit, so it will stay with Coon Rapids.
Or coast to coast, as we like to call that in the hoops world. Just a one step inside, and boy, it didn't miss by much. They want to get that shot a little closer to the goal line. That gets Coon Rapids their second goal. Nonetheless, Cardinals hold on to possession.
Kepke working her way all on her own along the goal line again. Knocked away. It'll draw a whistle just as it bounced to Bolander.
I feel like you've really said Kepke a lot, Bolander a lot. Those are the kind of players you just see on all over both ends of the field.
Kepke trying to slice into that 2-goal lead. Erica Holm has been tough in net so far. Drive, and that one's wide. Bounding to the goal line, and it's going to be Panther ball. Bounding to the end line, excuse me, and it's going to be Panther ball with 12 minutes to go.
Shots are so quick, it's kind of tough to tell sometimes if a goaltender gets a piece of it.
Overrun by the Panthers on the clear. Annette Abbott takes it away for Coon Rapids, drives in before she's eventually cut off. Decides to start the offense instead. Abbott's got it, watched on the far right side by Schmidt. Holm flanked down there by the defensive Delaney Roach as well, a junior defender. Standing on this near side of the crease as Coon Rapids swaps possession with Isaacs now on the far side to rotate it around. Fowler now just off to the right. Spins her way into two defenders. Panthers holding that shape defensively. Fowler looks to reverse and does to Jerzak. Similar to 2 goals ago when the Panthers took their time and eventually attacked. And now we've got the whistle. And Jerzak will have an opportunity just off to the near side. Reposition. Move Brooke Christensen much further back, but why not as a player? Start somewhere and make a move, you.
Absolutely. Free shot from the foul happening near the hash mark toward the corner.
Again, it's Holm to try and keep it a 2-goal lead. And this time, Jerzak will run it towards the point. Hand off to Bolander. Bolander lost it. Scoops it out of harm's way. Still loose as Isaacs controls. She had some space to maybe turn and fire from distance, but instead reverses. Now takes the shot, and that one's poked wide to the near side. She just pushed it past the cage as we go under 10 minutes to play. Quick attack right out of it. In front, it's Koepke, and she will score her second of the game.
Creating chances from below the goal line. And Koepke, similar to a couple of those Panther goals, just taking it right out to the top of the crease. Read well by Holm, coming off her near side of the post. A strong finish there for Koepke. Takes it right at the Panther goal. And once again, I've said Koepke quite a bit here in this first half. It's going to be a really important role for the Cardinals all season. Finally do a good job, break through that Panther defense. Pulls back to a one-goal game.
Koepke will go right back to the center for that draw. Panthers control it initially. Koepke knocks it away. Loose ball out there potentially for Candace Gordon to scoop up, and she does. Drives it down. Keeps it alive, a little communication there, and gets Lubanski to scoop it up. There's Ellison down deep. Finds her to the far side. Lubanski hunting a little bit of space in front of the net there. Ellison absorbs some contact on her way through. We got a timeout. Panthers are going to take it with 9:16 to go, so they've got this possession. They had a 2-goal lead a moment ago, but they've seen Anna Koepke, the senior midfielder, score twice. Wants to make it 1-1 this time to get them back within a goal. She and Bakuro, Ellison, and Lopez, the 3 goals for the Panthers so far. And so far, Hans, looks like an opening game of the season. A lot of good, some individual play, but I thought the defense so far, and specifically the goaltending, has maybe been the thing that splashed the most.
Absolutely, and maybe the reason for a timeout here, maybe you get further into a season and maybe you don't see as early of a timeout here in the opening parts of our regulation, but we've seen just that. Close game, both teams creating chances from really below the end line. We've seen their attackers continuing to push chances out in front, and we've seen some good saves as well that have kept us at a lower scoreline here in this first half. You see some of our Panthers Stadium faithful, an early April chill, as they might call it, on this blustery Monday evening here at Panther Stadium.
Got to be committed.
Plenty bundled up on the sideline as well, absolutely.
Got to be committed. It's a fun season that starts in the 30s and will end, as we were talking to off camera, in the 90s.
Yes.
Some summer thunderstorms by the time the state tournament rolls around. It is this lacrosse season. I mentioned under 50 days now, but the official first date for competition was the 14th, which would have been last Thursday. And from then to the end of the regular season, it's 53 total days that you get for high school lacrosse. And then the state tournament does take you into June this year. It will be at Stillwater and Rosemount, the 2 sites for the state tournament.
This is a sport that's growing so much, JW. You do so much locally here across the metro and all over Minnesota. And what did you say, 2012 was what you can recall?
That was the first time I did one, yep.
Starting lacrosse, and well, you think about it in a 10-year span, the kind of rosters that schools are now being able to students look at it as maybe a good secondary sport, good as spring sport, but boy, it's jumping up at the top for a lot of athletes, and it's only growing.
And normally we'd have lacrosse doubleheaders like we would with soccer, boys and girls. We don't this time because these 2 teams on the boys' side are co-opted together.
Absolutely.
And so the numbers, I think that speaks well of the numbers on the girls' programs, certainly. The boys' programs given the best competitive opportunity to combine, which we've seen for these 2 schools, specifically in hockey in years past as well, girls hockey, boys hockey too. But you're right, the numbers, the skill level, it's all just continue to jump up across schools. There's always been some of those power schools that got out to faster starts with this sport. It's getting more and more spread out now with competition and competitive teams. Good drive into some free space, and that shot goes wide for Lubanski. Panthers with 8.5 trying to maintain possession here.
Panthers really liked attacking off those wings. Saw a couple of goals come from behind the goal line. Spring Lake Park have have chosen out in front of the goal and have tested Coon Rapids.
A slip there for Ellison. Just a little slick spot on the turf. It's a free ball scooped up initially by Bolander for Coon Rapids. Knocked back Labansky a chance, and the whistle's going to give it to the Panthers cleanly here. Under 8 minutes to go in the first half.
I was kind of looking for a whistle there. I think you're just right. Took away looked to be a good scoring chance there for the Panthers.
In front, quick shot, quick trigger. Grace Schmidt, the freshman, drives herself to the front, no hesitation, and knocks it to the back of the cage.
Got a note on here about this roster. Just 5 seniors on this roster. Grace Schmidt, one of the 9th graders, and boy, just really did a nice move there. Good job getting out free in space in front of goal, and just took that shot on herself. Nice individual efforts we have seen, and the freshman records it onto the score sheet. Important time of the half here too. You want to take a little bit of momentum into the break. Can you pile together some goals, pile together some good opportunities? Right now, Spring Lake Park out by 2.
Speaking of Coach Giovanni Lopez as well, at this point you've seen 4 goals from 4 different scorers. And that's potentially going to bode well as the season goes on. Lacrosse can certainly be a sport where other teams can focus in on one individual player and try to shut him down. If you can get some balance, you could be in business.
There's plenty of depth.
This is going to be a foul on the Panthers there, as who else but Anna Kepke drove her way forward.
Always finding yourself in dangerous areas. You're get close to goal like that, you're always kind of looking for contact, waiting for those whistles. And a whistle comes there against the Panthers. Cardinals will have an opportunity.
Kepke's been taking the draws for Coon Rapids all night. Won that last one, has another chance to try and beat home on the reposition. In front, Holm makes the initial stop, clears it out. Bolander's right there, comes back at it, and that one goes home. Second try, it's Bolander's first after 44 a season ago. She's on the board in half number 1 of 2022.
Not too bad for the Cardinal coaching staff to see this effort by Bolander. That first shot just ended up as a ground ball right behind the Panther net, and really the only one around was Kennedy Bolander, the senior, who's looking to build on a strong junior year campaign. Goals and assist numbers well into the double digits, 44 goals. Strong hockey player as well, 18 goals. Bolander tallied in her senior year on the ice, now getting it done on the turf. Well, it feels like we're in a rink.
It certainly does.
Chillier than that.
Well, when they don't have the heaters on at Fogarty, it gets pretty brisk up there. But yes, it's still
Very
chillier
true.
than being inside. You don't have the wind, at least.
No kidding. You always got to bundle up for that one, just like we did for today.
I think it's warmer when I
Panthers
like doing good out here.
see their lead go to 4-3
And there's no wind,
off
yeah.
the Bolander goal. Back to a 1-goal affair, and right back in front. Another save for Holm off the shot that time of Brooke Griffith. Scrum for the ball on the ground ball. Bolander nearly had it, able to scoop it free to some teammates. Loose again, and a whistle's going to sort this out eventually.
May have had a stick come up too high to the head area. It'd be a whistle against the Panthers.
Jerzak. Indirect there as Jerzak plays it. So looking to feed there instead of taking the shot. Drops it off right side to Brooke Griffith. On the possession of Abbott. Down towards Jerzak again at the end line. And she stepped out of bounds. She wasn't sure about it, wasn't sure which line she was, I think, attacking at there. She stepped across both, though, so
Tough to
yeah. Tough to plead on that one.
combo lines of the fields. You're looking to make a chance out in front, not watching your back foot.
Brooke Ellison eventually knocked off possession there by Lila Gilliard. 5 minutes to go in the first. Even back and forth. Panthers had the lone 2-goal advantage. They have never trailed in this game. They were tied at 1 apiece. And held the lead since then. Bolander takes the shot and Holm makes the save. Point blank against a 40-goal scorer from a season ago, and Erica Holm turns her away.
Nice effort by Holm, not catching the strong side where that stick is usually positioned. Just caught it really kind of right on the shaft of the stick and sent it free. Only a couple of big saves, otherwise we'd have a larger scoreline here in this first half.
Nearly had a perfectly clean exit there on the transition, but it just tipped out of Hedke's cross, and there on a point-blank shot, Holm again plucks it out of the air. This time, gets the transition underway to Ellison up the near side. Back to the middle of the field for Schmidt. All kinds of room to roam. Defense recovers, looking to dump it off. Had it knocked away there by Amech Joji. But Schmidt got it back.
Nice effort there by Joji. Really slowed down the Panthers, who right off that stop by Holmes sprung a long outlet pass upfield.
Now the Cardinals with their own long outlet pass, a little too long. Paige Scandrett picks it up for the Panthers. Sends it right in front of the net. And now finally back to Holm to launch it towards midfield. Right on the money, she finds one of the captains, Chloe Solorzano. Had it for a moment, but Bolander was in there and too aggressive, draws the whistle. Panther ball.
It's a tough spot for a goaltender to aim a long stretch pass like that. A couple of times now we've seen Holm track down a gray jersey right toward midfield.
They've been very deliberate clearing it back to her to give her that opportunity. So it might be a way they're trying to quickly flip the field. A skill that Erica Holm will try and utilize throughout the season. Coon Rapids now with possession and in no hurry with 2:40 to go.
Now, first game of the year, why not try a different strategy, a different technique? Allow your players, obviously it'll take some chemistry to build. You know where your attackers are making runs as the season goes on.
Whistle against the Cardinals here. It'll be Panther ball. 2 minutes to go. Spring Lake Park a long way to go to get it down into the attacking end here. Bolander had a chance. Scooped up and away for the moment by Sutherland. And then eventually ripped away by the Panthers. Up the field under Hedke's control. Ellison, space to a 2-goal lead, and she buries it. Minute 38 to go in the half. Ellison second. She's the first return goal scorer of this game for the Panthers.
I believe we might
they wave that
have
one?
had a whistle, yeah, before the run by Ellison. Good finish. Boy, shifted the stick left-hand side, and it may be, I say, extended a stick on the shot here by an offensive foul. So Ellison will go to the box, I believe, resulting in a 2-minute penalty that will put the Panthers down a player.
So for a minute 38, she'll be down for the rest of the half plus.
Might be an opportunity here for the Cardinals, try and take advantage of a more key player now out here for the remaining seconds, the remaining minutes of this half.
Trying to get Grace Schmidt back into the game. They do. Long way to go for Coon Rapids. 90 seconds left. Can they tie it up here in the waning seconds of half number one? Good defense far side and out of bounds it trickled. It'll be Panther ball.
And now what the Cardinals wanted there. A runner at the moment, trying to take advantage. The extra player opportunity, and just leads to a turnover.
Ava Taut drops it down, and the Panthers up a goal. At the very least, want to waste away the rest of the half here. Schmidt in front. Schmidt the shot. Schmidt the score. And again, a whistle.
You're exactly right.
Heard that one.
I think it's going to be an opportunity for the Panthers.
Yep. There you
Like
see.
I think it was Gordon who was tangled up. That drew the whistle before that shot got off.
So Schmidt straight on against Marnholtz. Delays it. Coon Rapids able to turn her away. 50 seconds to go. First half up a goal. Schmidt reverses. Around a screen from Lopez. Nothing doing.
This job, a swarm of red jerseys right for that initial chance by Schmidt. Took away a shooting lane.
Koepke trying to take it away at the point. Gordon sticking with it. Dumping it down towards Schmidt. Again, they're without Ellison.
Ellison just trailed back on here.
There she is. To the net, and it slipped out the top of the cross as she tried to get the shot away. Has it back. Final 10. Ellison in a crowd, takes the shot, deflected away. Lopez is there. Seconds left, and we will go to the half with a 1-goal Panther lead. They put the pressure on late in half number 1, but it will be 4-3 Spring Lake Park to the break. Shima Bakuro, Ellison, Lopez, and Schmidt scoring for the Panthers. They've got a 1-goal lead after 1. It's high school girls lacrosse on North Metro TV.
Learn to copy.
Of the high school girls lacrosse season for the Panthers, and the opening 25 minutes goes well. 4-3. They've got the lead at the break with another half to play. Panthers, well, they got on the board first as the scoring got started quickly in this one. It was Sophie Shimabukuro who scored in the first minute of the game to put the Panthers up 1-0. A lead they wouldn't hold on to too long, but had plenty of offense to come right back. Brooke Ellison scored their second, and then it was Delaney Lopez fighting through traffic, and at that point made it 3-1. It was eventually 3-2 before they got their fourth goal from Grace Schmidt. And Schmidt set it at 4-2 before one more was chipped in. The last goal of the half from the Cardinals with just under 7 minutes to go. Plenty of scoring there in that first half, Hans, and well, we'll see. Certainly some playmakers that we saw from both of these teams. It'll be interesting how the defense adjusts in half number 2.
Yeah, and we kind of touched on you're not always quite sure what to see out of your first game of the year, and I think the coaches have got to have that same mindset as well. You know, you don't really quite know where athletes' legs are, how the weather's affected them, a windy, a chilly evening here. But some of those goals, some impressive, really single-handed opportunities and chances. We saw it at both ends, some good saves from the goaltenders, who in a regular season game could have been some scrimmaging going on, but when it counts, coming up with some saves in that first half. And similar to last year's matchup, it was an 8-4 final between these two teams. Kind of feels like it's about right where we should be with a 1-goal game coming into our second 25 here at Panther Stadium.
Second 25 of the season. First game for both. Cardinals had their first, which was scheduled to be against Blaine, postponed because basically winter came in the second week of April, pushed everything away. But both teams happen to be playing now, and it'll be fast and furious for both these teams. A lot of home games, 7 of the 13 for the Panthers at home this season. 13 scheduled regular season games. Left to right, Bolander wins the draw for Coon Rapids in red and sprints her way left to right. And forces the defense back in there. Both teams got some good goaltending. Still Erica Holm back there, who stopped some great point-blank looks. Keeping an eye on Bolander. Dishes in front and just in and out of the cross of Maddie Fowler. Well designed. Execution was there. I think, Hans, if Fowler can catch that cleanly, she's probably got a goal to tie this game.
Just a bit of a bobble there from Fowler, who, like you said, did a nice job early on, right away in the opening seconds, getting right in front of the Panther goal. In a close game like this, be some chances looked back on, opportunities missed.
Elena Gemlo knifes her way to the front. Knocked away by Bolander. Turns it into a ground ball. Gimlo after it again. Does control, but she's hounded, bracketed by a pair of defenders there. An eventual scoop up by Jerzak. Cardinals the aggressors so far in the first minute and a half of half number 2. Down a goal. Jerzak trails it all the way down below the goal line, dumps it off for Griffith. Griffith will look to direct traffic as Koepke off to her left. Koepke, who scored the 2 goals, first 2 goals of the game. Back in the first half.
Probably always an interesting first coaches conversation of the season. Your first game right at halftime. Cardinals had an opportunity late in that first half with the penalty that came to the Panthers. Didn't quite take advantage of that opportunity. Looking to generate something here in the new half.
Bolander. Sidearm pass, same play, different result as Fowler corrals it and knocks it home to tie the game. Maddie Fowler, 3 goals a season ago, punches one in here 2 minutes into half number 2 to tie the game.
It's got to feel good, right? You just miss on an opportunity right from that same spot. Just a great feed by Kennedy Bolander right in behind of goal. Maddie Fowler was there to finish off a chance, and we'll enjoy that one. And a big goal, too. Tie the game up here early in the second half. It's always, the first half felt like Spring Lake Park just did a good job of controlling the pace and taking opportunities away from Coon Rapids. Chance number 2 right there is the charm for Maddie Fowler.
This is a big draw, I would say, here for the Panthers to try and control. The last 2 goals have gone to Coon Rapids. A 2-goal lead has turned into a tie game at 4 apiece. Long way to go. We'll try and take some momentum back. Schmidt v. Bolander for that draw, and Bolander takes it away for the Cardinals. Chance to take their first lead of the game now with possession in this tie game at 4. Panthers scored early on. Cardinals tied it early on, but have never had a lead. Fowler, a captain in this Coon Rapids squad. Senior potentially. Drive inside and a lead. It's Koepke with her 3rd.
Such a good job. Vision once again right there from Koepke. Notching the early season hat trick. No problems with that. Just fired it to the far side of the cage. Had some good speed behind it. Just a good look on goal and a good reach. And just like that, Coon Rapids jumping out to a 1-goal lead. Nice start to the year for the senior.
3 wins a season ago. They were in a Section 7 play-in game situation in the postseason. Lost to Grand Rapids Greenway. Co-head coaches Michaela Lampert and Jeff Snickle. You can rely on 10 seniors. Certainly talented pair of leaders on the field. And Koepke, who's got it now off the win from Bolander. That shot taken by Griffith before she really had control of it. And it leads to the Panthers' possession. Haven't had much possession in the second half so far. Looking to break up a 3-goal stretch from the Cardinals.
A good response for Coon Rapids. We talked about a bit of a missed opportunity there late in that first half. They come on here in the second half, held a good amount of possession, strike twice, find themselves with a lead.
There's Ellison popping right up. There she is, and knocks it home. Momentum back to the Panthers for the moment as we've tied it up at 5.
Right on cue, right before, couldn't even finish a statement. Cardinals find themselves just a little bit of not enough pressure right on side of the goalpost, and Ellison's gonna make that too easy. A couple of red shirts right in front of Ellison before finishing in that top corner on the near post. Did a nice job, finished the job, but just not enough bodies around the crease for Coon Rapids. Right back to all tied up. Good start to the second half.
Took us almost 11 minutes in that first half to get our first 3 goals. Well, this time we've got them in less than 4. Panthers a chance off this draw. kick towards their end. Held on to with the foot save there for Candace Gordon. Panthers looking to take the lead back. 3 straight goals from Coon Rapids after they were down 2, had them up 5-4. Now we're tied at 5. Ellison in behind the cage. Good feed in front, a little wide of Lopez. Bounces to the top. Attacking third there, and they'll settle it back down to the right side for Gordon.
Some starting a new season 1-0, right? Instead of being 0-1. Pass slips away here, boy. These two teams, they've sure opened up this second half, trying to play for that 1-0 start. Gives you a bit of confidence. Just kind of nice to see a early number in the win column.
Both these teams struggled to find those wins last year. Each team won 3. One of those for Coon Rapids was against Spring Lake Park. Panthers beat Osseo Park Center, beat Rogers, beat Totino Grace. That was the common win for both of these teams. They both were able to beat the Eagles of Totino Grace.
Any sport, this Northwest Suburban, as you know, JW, very competitive. And these two teams are trying to just make a bit of a statement, and like I said, just in the opening game, find their way toward the top of the conference, try and build on that momentum.
Little belief, little confidence, little loose ball right there, scooped ahead to Ellison. Nifty little scoop by Gordon. Worked as a pass a bit on that ground ball. Turnover in kind. Panthers gave it away. Now they got it right back, and now Ellison lost it. Scooped up by Anna Van Holzen. Her feed to the middle of the field, a little bit strong. Allows Schmidt to pick it up. She'll shed some defenders. Drive towards the net. Take the shot herself, scooped away. Save underneath by Marnholtz. Ricochet off that rebound. Worked as a clear, but the Panthers still after it. Sutherland scoops it. Flip it back up top, a little bit strong. Solorzano able to settle it long enough for Schmidt to pick it up.
Well, winning a ground ball just so important. No matter if you're attacking end, you're defending end. Good job here by the Panthers. Have to collect another one right out of the corner, but done a nice job maintaining their attacking end of the half right after Coon Rapids struck twice.
Panthers the last goal to tie it at 5. Now a pass towards the middle is a little too strong. Then allows Bolander to pick it up. Showing the speed, striding her way through the middle of the field. Flip in front. Drive, and that shot deflected on its way out. And that's some great defense for the Panthers there in front. It trickles back to the crease. Gemlo on the spot defensively initially. She's got the clear headed towards her now from home.
That ball can just end up anywhere around you as a goaltender anytime. And there Holm had her head up, saw the ball come free right at the top of her crease. Good job, sprung out the outlet pass. We talked about that in the first half. Panthers back in control.
Ellison steps through, tight to the net, and she gives the Panthers the lead. She's got both in this half. She has her third of the game. With 18 minutes to go, the Panthers back out in front with back-to-back goals.
Well, just about attacking the Cardinal net from the same spot. Came right out from outside of the corner. Moves to her right-hand shooting side. Fires it in right behind of Sam Marnholtz. Doing a little bit of everything here. The junior, most of the double digits in scoring last year. A big smile, scoring a couple of goals on your opening night. Be happy with that. Pushing her Panthers side back out in front.
Got to make it feel a little warmer, right? You
Absolutely.
got 3 goals in your pocket and a lead. Key draw again. This time it'll spring free. We got a whistle to pull us back. It'll stay with the Cardinals, though.
Stick's got to be chilly on a night like this.
Sure. Gloves, leggings, anything you got.
Absolutely. Layer where you can.
Koepke maintaining. It's the thing she and Bolander bring Hans too is they're tall, they're long. Bolander and
Absolutely.
Koepke both. As that's Bolander knifing inside, and what a shot to tie us up again at 6.
Height plays an important part for a goal-scoring runner, a goal-scoring attacker. And right here, Bolander just flicks it on right off her left side. Does it all alone, but the athleticism, creating space, finding those little gaps in shooting lanes, and boy, Bolander has done that here tonight.
Timeout taken. Kennedy Bolander, she of the fantastic headgear. The cardinal on it, it's a good look. And we'll get a timeout on the field. Under 17 and a half to play. We're tied at 6. This game has never been separated by more than 2. And it was separated by 2 for, well, just about 58 seconds. Look at what we're dealing with here. 37 degrees. Could get some rain, that's all we need. And a stiff wind blowing across. We were debating this a little bit, Hans. I mean, yeah, the wind is going to play a factor, but here at Spring Lake Park, you're in a little bit of a bowl, considering you've got the stands and then also the school on the far side.
They always do. We're always well taken care of when we make our trip out here to Spring Lake Park, and they've done just a really nice job with these facilities, and they're meant for, boy, days like today. The players might not be taking as much as the wind. Maybe the fans here in attendance, maybe they're catching a little more of that 17-mile-an-hour breeze.
See the beautiful Spring Lake Park High School.
And they did a lot of renovations on the gym on the inside. And it just obviously added this turf relatively recently. They've done just some nice work on these facilities out here, giving their athletes some good spaces, quality spaces to go to work. We've seen that here tonight, opening up the lacrosse season.
Have your spring sports covered on North Metro TV. Some high school tennis coming your way this week. Of course, as always, northmetrotv.com, your site for not only game replays, but schedules, where we will be, what you can see and win on North Metro TV.
Not a bad start to the lacrosse season. Good tight game. Neither team really running away with it in this second half. Right when you felt, boy, Coon Rapids struck twice with those goals, and both teams had an answer. Seen some saves, seen some good scoring opportunities. Plenty of time left in this second half.
It goes back to what you said as well. I mean, not only a confidence boost, but getting that first win. This is a game you're facing a team that you're pretty evenly matched with, right? Both teams 3 wins a year ago, bringing some talent back. Where do they go from here? They're going to play teams that are, have a lot more talent than them. They're going to play games when they're supposed to win. These ones are the victories you can pile up that really turn your season from, well, one that's a little disappointing with the 3 wins to one where you start to pile up a few more.
Spot on. You mentioned similar opponents. They collected some of those W's off of last season. I believe that was a message from the coaches headed into your first game of the year. And Rapids should have had one last week. And Cardinals go right back on attack here. What can they create? Who do they look to? Maybe players, Bolander and Kepke, who's been just all over both ends of the field throughout this contest.
Kepke driving. Initially looking to take a shot and eventually decided to distribute. Took some contact, and she's going to get a reposition chance out of it. So in a tie game, they took their first lead early in the half, scoring 3 straight, 2 of those coming in the second half. Kepke's already got 3 in the game. Staring straight in on Holm. The whistle. Kepke stopped by Holm. Tried to go low, and Holm was there to knock it down and keep us tied at 6.
Boy, big save. One of the first off of foul opportunities we've seen here in this half. Not the first big stop Holmes have to come up with tonight, but that'd certainly be up there. Keep this game tied.
Transition try from the crease, knocked around and down, and eventually Fowler comes up with the ground ball. Coon Rapids able to put some pressure back on, something both these teams have struggled with a little bit that would indicate first game of the year and what coaches will want to work on, and that's transitioning out of your defensive end there. undoubtedly see both of these teams improve on that as the season goes on. Bolander forced away off her spot. Good defense there by Solorzano. Handed her off to Delaney Roach there.
Shot by the Panthers just after a whistle. Gave the Cardinals an opportunity.
Fowler trying to back her way in, and again it's Solorzano. A little undersized both times and was able to turn the attacking Cardinals away. Now it's Grace Herzog to defend on Fowler. Still hanging on to it. Tiny steps from the point down to the right side. Now finally will give it back up to Koepke. Koepke, a good quick plant to the foot, inside to the shot, and her 4th of the game to give the lead to the Cardinals.
Taking advantage of that height you talked about earlier, JW. Koepke just doing a nice job, just quick on her feet, active feet. I've heard the coaching staffs from both sides yell that a couple times here tonight. Just quick, active feet there from Koepke, and just 2 steps. That's all the senior needs. And goal number 4 on the evening. Right back out in front, shoot the Cardinals. Senior Anna Koepke could be an important role and an important player all season long for the Cardinals. Not a bad start to your year. 4-goal night. Right now, for the moment, it's got the Cardinals back out in front after a good stretch of defensive pressure from the Panthers. Couldn't last. Cardinals made to take advantage of it.
Well, Koepke's becoming the answer here to who will be the complement to Bolander this year. Bolander, the top scorer a year ago. Rowan Tom, another 40-goal scorer for the Cardinals. Graduated, those two combined on 85 goals and 36 assists, so you knew someone would have to step into that role with Bolander.
And on an earlier JW, teams can eliminate, lock down one player. If you start adding on 2 or 3 that are threats, it's tough for teams to handle. Coon Rapids could be building on that in game number 1.
Jerzak makes her way down to a feed to Brooke Griffith below the goal line. Griffith walled off. Good defense out there by Paige Scandrett. Forced her to go well wide. Coon Rapids looking for their first multi-goal lead of the game, and they will turn it over on the little flip pass, looking to get it to Koepke. Chance to take advantage of that turnover. A long way to go here, so it's not easy. The Panthers with possession.
See plenty of battles for ground balls, but game number 1 has been some sharp passing. We haven't really seen a whole lot of disconnects on a pass like that. Testing so far in game number 1 of a new season.
That's nothing going to be another one of your indicators, right? That we're so early in the year. Not even that many practice days. Spring season getting underway practice-wise at the start of April.
Just the coaching staff, keep it simple, focus on your basics.
Gimlo all the way in front, takes the shot and it goes wide. Knew she had some help down below the goal line, so why not? And that help is Ellison. Panthers, a rare opportunity of late in the offensive end. Ellison takes the shot that was deflected down nicely by Lily Perreault. And Ellison's going to get whistled here. She sat down for a minute infraction in the end of the first half.
I believe that was a yellow card.
Got her with the stick.
Handed out to Ellison, so I believe it'll be 2 minutes this time. For number 13, physical player, always involved for the Panthers.
Coach Lopez talking right to his top scorer, top returning scorer. They need her out there and can't have the mistakes like that.
I was trying to see who our referee was signaling a conversation with. I think it was all 3 referees now discussing Now to next maneuver out of the foul. I do believe it was a yellow card to Ellison.
He did pull out the card. This to me is classic high school girls lacrosse, though, and this is not a knock on the game itself. It's more of a compliment to the people that play it, coach it, referee it. As you'll see the play again, the dangerous release, I believe, was officially what they call. So something on the follow through there of Ellison. But you see the officials all getting together, and these are the experts on the field. I'm not questioning that, but they have to sort things out, right? There are some complicated maneuvers that go that have to be set just right with the game of lacrosse, and there's a lot to get your head around.
And I'm sure, as you've seen, JW, this game has grown, it's continued to develop, but with that is obviously developing rules, developing how you make the game more open, more enjoyable to the players. And I'm sure that definitely challenges referees as well.
Year to year, yeah, for sure.
In these kind of moments, and what the rules expand to be and make the game better. I believe we have a whistle, and we're back to action.
Coon Rapids possession, so that's off the penalty on Ellison and the Panthers as we sit at 7-6. Coon Rapids under 12.5 to play. At this point, if anyone can open up a multi-goal lead, you put the other team well behind the 8 ball. Now whistle again on that ground ball. Too aggressive on that skirmish for the Panthers, and so it will be Perot who picks it up. And they are up a runner there with Ellison down for the yellow card. Ball flipped along the end line, and nowhere in particular, nobody home on the back end. Allows Grace Schmidt to pick up the ground ball. Work to do to try and clear it. She'll try to go through home.
It's a dangerous part of the attack, part of the field, right in below the goal line. We've seen multiple goals created from that space tonight. Coon Rapids will be disappointed with the giveaway. Get it right back here, though.
That was a great feed, though, up the field to Delaney Roche from home. Hit her right in stride, and then a good defensive effort from Fowler to knock it away. Another whistle. We got too many players, potentially. The official counting.
That's what it looks like. Cardinals have a couple of players standing out in front of their bench, not bundled in blankets like the rest of them are, understandably so. I think that's exactly right of what they're checking.
I think they were looking defensively as well in the zone there for the Panthers because they're down a player. So they had one too many past that 30-yard line there. So they get that set up. So on the defensive end of things. Cougars looking to take their first multi-goal lead of the game. They get it to Kepke, who has 4 today. Looking for a seam, couldn't sneak past Roach. Forces her wide to the far side. We'll see if Kepke wants to work from below the goal line. To the middle. Little touch pass, little touch shot rather off the pass, and Griffith can't quite redirect. Kepke tracks it down. Griffith to Fowler. Fowler's done a lot of stick handling throughout this second half. Seen the Cardinals take their first 2 leads of the game, holding it right now at 7-6. Cut towards the net for Bolander, knocked away. Panthers got the defense from Gimlo, and they will get possession off the whistle. Coon Rapids outscoring Spring Lake Park 4-2 here in this second half after the Panthers had the 4-3 lead at the break.
One chance of a kind of a touch shot. I don't feel like you see that a ton in lacrosse. Just trying to get whatever part of stick you can to turn it on goal. It trickled wide eventually of Erica Holm, but Cardinals up by a goal, looking to get creative with trying to, like you said earlier, boy, we have not at all hardly in the second half been outside of a 1-goal game.
Just once in the game, that came in the first half when the Panthers took that early 3-1 lead. And that lasted for a little less than a minute Before Coon Rapids came back, got back within one. They're up 7-6. Lopez, the beneficiary of the repositioning chance here. It'll come just to the right of the goaltender Marnholt. Anna Van Holzen, the closest defender, off to the left. Lopez in looking to score, bounces it off the crossbar. Rebound into a ground ball. Panthers can't keep it away from Koepke. Long run for Koepke. She's been doing that all night. Striding her way down. It's 4-on-3. We are back to even now with Ellison back to the bench at the moment, but the Panthers back to even strength.
Well, that just inches away on that chance for Lopez. Just taking a wrong bounce, took a deflection wrong off, it caught the top of the crossbar of the cage. Just inches, game of inches, Lacrosse. Keeps us at a 1-goal game instead of a tie.
Bolander tried to make a run in front, nobody could find her. It's back to the perimeter game for Coon Rapids. Jerzak. Up in front. Trickles out of the cross of Fowler. Able to recover. Bolander. Pass kind of caught her on the hands. Trickles out, recovered by Washburn. And off the whistle, it's going to stay with Coon Rapids, and Washburn will have the reposition chance straight away.
Kind of every whistle matters now. You're in a 1-goal game. You want to keep your play clean, not give too many chances away.
Washburn dumps it to the right side. Newton to distribute in front for Koepke, and number 5 of the night for Anna Koepke. Puts Coon Rapids up by 2 for the first time.
That pass from Gabby Newton as well. Right between a pair of Panthers, and when you see number 8 coming through the heart of the attack, it's a good idea to get the ball that direction. Not too many times. It's number 8, Anna Koepke, making a mistake right in front of goal for Coon Rapids. Certainly hasn't been that way tonight. Make it 5 on the evening, and a big one there, pushing the Cardinals back out here in front by 2.
It's the second time in this game the Cardinals have scored 3 straight without the Panthers tallying a goal. They did it to send it all the way from 4-2 to an eventual 5-4 lead, spanning the halves, and now they have done it from down 6-5 to up 8-6.
Might be the first time we've seen Koepke take a seat onto the Coon Rapids bench. A well-deserved break.
You need this one here if you're with the Panthers. Schmidt against Bolander. Knocked around, extra help comes in, and a clean pickup for Sutherland. Big play. Marlena Sutherland looks to attack. Hangs on to possession. Spins it back out in front. Time starts to run short here with the running clock nature of high school girls lacrosse. Down 2. Schmidt makes it down 1. Good feed to her on the move. And Grace Schmidt has her second of the game, and the Panthers come back within 1.
How about that? Just the response we've expected now in this second half. Nice finish to bottom corner. Had to shift hands, shift to the left side to just cradle into a position to have that chance on goal. Just about to make a comment. Now's the time. Go down by 2. You haven't seen much separation in the scoring. You looked for a Panther response. You got it right there with the freshman Grace Schmidt.
You brought Schmidt up a couple of times and talking about the makeup of this roster. The 5 seniors, lots of juniors, but 9 players that, well, so far we've seen most of them already play a little bit of an impact here. 9 players that are either 8th graders, 9th graders, or 10th graders for Coach Lopez.
They've been impactful in this one. That's the kind of thing, that's a positive you take away from a performance like this.
Schmidt wins the battle with Bolander again. Had it knocked away. Tracks down the ground ball, couldn't quite control it. It's going to be Panther ball, though, along that sideline. Key possession here to be sure with your passing. at least get a look and get a shot away.
We talked about it. Those draws are so important. Winning a ground ball, making that extra effort, that extra run. Trying to give yourself, your team position, put you in a chance to score. One goal game like this into our final minutes here. Very crucial.
Schmidt looking for 2 in a row, and she gets it, but a whistle will bring it back out of the net. So it stays 8-7 for the moment.
Good look, good opportunity. Nice build up there for the Panthers. Looking like might be right directly to Schmidt, who will get another opportunity here. Try and tie this game up.
Looking for her 3rd of the night. Shot and a save. Off the reposition. Saw what got us there. Schmidt took it straight in front and was turned away by Marnholtz again. So it stays 8-7, another whistle to sort out.
A big save coming into our final 5 minutes. Schmidt denied on the first initial chance of goal, second opportunity, get a stop. Still, Panthers in an attacking area, right off a whistle.
Hedke. So they will not give her the direct look at it. Time continues to wind down here. They didn't stop the clock. So we're down under 5:10 remaining. Now they finally do, as the officials have to get together.
Determine where this foul happened. Lining up position players. You're right, though, JW. Took a small chunk of time off the clock here on this Panther attack. A 1-goal game.
Hedke off to Schmidt from the shadow of the official. Right to the front of the net. Backs her way in. Spinning backhanded shot saved. Loose ball still in front. Knocked around and eventually corralled by Marnholtz. And what do we got? Did someone get into the crease? When all is said and done, I believe this is going to be Cardinal ball, and it is.
A lot of bodies, a lot of sticks going everywhere in front.
Look at this nifty move, though, by Schmidt at the end.
Boy, big save. Track a ball with all those bodies in front of the net. Schmidt makes the nice move, just as nice of a response.
That's what drew the whistle, by the way. You saw Hedke hacking down as that was controlled by Marnholtz in the crease. And a turnover at midfield via the whistle is going to give it back to the Panthers. Coming up on 4 minutes to go, down a goal. Trying to pick up win number 1 in game number 1. Schmidt, one thing on her mind. And now she veers off as she got to the net in the defense. Balls are off. Left out front. It's a push that sends Sutherland down to the deck and ought to give her a pretty good looking chance.
Just about to say, these are those moments where you don't want those little giveaways. You don't want a 1-goal game like this, either side, an opportunity, a chance at goal. Now the Panthers have that here in a 1-goal game.
Sutherland. She'll drive. Peels off the attack. Off to Hedke. Back to Schmidt. Panic right now. They've got possession. It's just a 1-goal game. Knowing they need a couple to win in regulation. Schmidt gets him one right there. Tie it up at 8 apiece. 3:15 remaining.
Nice move going diagonally right in through the attacking area, right on top of the crease. Boy, Schmidt's had a really nice second half. Might have felt she had an opportunity stripped away there just a minute ago. Responds with a move and a finish like that. All tied up at 8 apiece with 3 minutes to go. Those moments for Spring Lake Park, you're attacking, you want to be aggressive, you want to attack. You also don't want to turn it over trailing by a goal like that. Nice job by the Panthers to convert, find their space. Tie this game up in a big moment in this one.
Huge game of runs here. 3 straight goals, 2 different times for Coon Rapids. Their latest gave them an 8-6 lead. And now 2 straight for the Panthers, and they've controlled off the draw again, tied at 8, headed under 3 minutes to go. Hedke on the far side. Dumps it into the middle. Out of traffic it goes, bouncing back towards Schmidt. She just scored her 3rd goal. Ellison has 3. Lopez and Shimabukuro with the other 2. It's been a 5-goal game on the other side for Anna Koepke. Bolander, Fowler, the others. Schmidt turned away in front, dumps it back to Lopez. Right back on the attack. Make her way in. One-on-one defending there. Lopez back down below the goal line. Doing it without Ellison, who received the yellow card midway through this half. Drive to the front of the net. Loose, forced out by the defense. Huge ground ball, Schmidt after it. Still alive, popped up into the air. Nearly corralled by the Panthers, instead taken by Lila Gilliard. Huge possession. Coon Rapids can keep it, and the whistle will give them a little space here.
Kind of stick up toward.
Under 2 to play. Koepke, 5 on the night. Trying to give them a lead. Driving to the front, had it knocked away. Defense with a chance to settle, but time's running short if you're the Panthers. You need a possession, or you start playing for overtime. Bolander. She's been outshined by Koepke tonight, but no doubt looking at a big return season this year after 40 goals last year. Poked away by the Panthers, but that will draw the whistle. A little too aggressive there on the check by Gemlo.
You just said it, you need possession back. You want to get something going in transition of your attacking end. And just that time, the Panthers just a bit too aggressive, too much contact. Into our final minute here.
Bolander. Now the officials, they're going to dither about it. They got to stop the clock here. There's not much time left. Say everybody's set. Officials now finally blow the whistle and let the players get after it. Cardinals necessarily not in a hurry. So we duck under a minute to go. Koepke to the goal line. Koepke knifes her way in, takes the low shot, and a whistle rings out, and it's going to be against Coon Rapids.
That's exactly it. Good move, trying to possibly win yourself a game early on in the season. A whistle goes against.
Koepke couldn't believe it, so it is Panther ball. Clock paused there, under a minute on that whistle. Now rolling again. Panthers have to be secure with it. Schmidt coming up on 30 seconds. Looking to get a look at a winner late. Schmidt loses it. Scooped up back behind by Gordon. Now no need to panic. You're in the attacking end, but just 20 seconds to go. Enough time to get something working. Where do they go? Gordon around a screen. Gordon takes the shot and scores! 11 seconds remain as Candace Gordon nets it from the right side. The Panthers have scored the last 3 and they lead it 9-8.
How about that? Took a step inside away from 2 red jerseys. It all started with just the other Panther positioning herself to give Gordon that space to run right down the right-hand wing. And I think we're going to get a timeout here into our final seconds. How about that? A big smile and a great effort from Candace Gordon. It was certainly a team effort there, though, that a couple of gray jerseys, you said it right off the pick. It's basketball style, and it gave Gordon that chance right on goal. I think looking at it was just before that final frame, and then Gordon has the look on goal, takes it and scores. Timely celebration to make it a 1-goal lead into our final seconds.
Some stranger things have happened, so they can't let the guard down, but I don't know, not much stranger things with just 11 seconds to win a draw and go from midfield. But the Panthers got to lock it in. That's a huge potential game winner, and Candace Gordon, she's the senior. It's been a Schmidt-type day. She's got the 3 goals. Ellison on the bench after the yellow card, 3 goals. Someone had to step up, Hans, and I mean, Gordon didn't shy away from that opportunity at all.
Felt like we were saying just a couple of Cardinal names all night. The playmaking, the depth has showed here for the Panthers. And Candace Gordon sitting right there. 5 different scores the Panthers have had here tonight. And boy, has that paid off. And Gordon, the biggest of them all right now in 11 seconds. Have to win a draw here for the Cardinals. This is how the feel of this second half has flipped too. You felt like Coon Rapids had a lot of possession there, and now Panthers trying to hold on here.
The Lacrosse gods smiling on Candace Gordon. She's out there with no leggings, no gloves. She does have sleeves. She's toughing it out and may have been rewarded with the first game-winning goal of the season.
Deservedly so.
Draw, flip the right way if you're the Panthers. Scooped up by Schmidt, and Spring Lake Park in a thriller is going to win their opener. That'll pause the clock. Now it rolls down. It's officially over, and Spring Lake Park gets a late goal in the final 15 seconds from Candace Gordon, scoring the final 3 of the game over the last 7 minutes. Great stops by Erica Holm throughout, and Spring Lake Park a third of their way to their win total from a season ago, Hans, and you said it early in that game. A win here gives you all kinds of confidence and can act as a springboard to the rest of the year.
Boy, 1-0, I said it earlier, it's got just a more confident, better feeling than 0-1. Payback for the head-to-head matchup last year. Coon Rapids taking that matchup. Now the Panthers on their home turf in their season opener. They get the last laugh, a late goal. You mentioned it earlier, 5 different scores. I think that's the difference here tonight for Spring Lake Park. Getting production, getting depth from all over your lineup and your roster. And how they responded. Boy, Coon Rapids came out really strong to start that second half. They had a couple of leads. Panthers hung right in there and get the final goal, and a huge one in the final seconds, one of their final attacks, and they knew it. Got the job done in regulation. Off to a 1-0 start for the Panthers.
Panthers win it by the final score of 9-8. They are 1-0 on the season. For Ted LaRue and the truck guiding the good ship, North Metro TV, and Hans Bristol, my partner, I'm J.W. Cox. Thanks so much for joining us. Plenty more spring action to come. It's North Metro TV's coverage of high school athletics in the North Metro. 9-8, your final again. Spring Lake Park, the winners. You watched it all right here on North Metro TV. Good night, everybody.